Welcome. If you found your way here, it's usually not by accident. Most of the clients who come to our mental health retreats aren't broken, failing, or falling apart, even if they think they are, or it feels that way. They've been living with long-term stress for a very long time, and then something happened. A relationship ended, a job collapsed, health declined, burnout finally caught up, or life delivered what we call a reality slap. Some clients have been simply treading water for years, unable to process past events, and finally they say enough is enough. Suddenly the strategies that used to work don't work anymore, or for a lot of our clients, they have never had real tools and strategies to work with their inner world. You can't go back to who you were, but you don't yet know who you're becoming. And being stuck between those two places is exhausting. If that's where you are, we want you to know this first. We completely understand how you feel and where you are at, because we have all been there. And there is a way forward that doesn't involve band-aid treatments, that don't solve the issue at the core, labeling, or talking in circles for years about your problems. Let's talk about what a mental health retreat is really about at Alive, and why so many of our clients come to us after trying everything else. When people search for a mental health retreat, they've often already tried therapy. Sometimes for years. They've tried medication, apps, self-help tools, online programs, mindfulness courses, maybe even rehab options that felt far too extreme. What they're looking for now is not another appointment across a desk once a week where they open everything up and then walk back out alone. They're looking for intensive, integrated human support. They're looking for relief they can actually feel. They're looking for calm, clarity, and a sense of direction again. And they need results and fast. That's what Alive was created for. At Alive, mental health is never treated as just mental. We work with your body, your nervous system, your emotions, your thoughts, your relationships, and your sense of purpose all at once, in the right order, at the right pace, with the right tools and the right team all working together. Let's walk you through what that actually feels like. When you arrive at an Alive mental health retreat, the first thing most clients notice is not a therapy session. It's the exhale. The space is calm. The environment is beautiful. Nature is everywhere. You're not in a clinical center, and you're not in a chaotic tourist environment either. You're in a luxury retreat space designed to help your nervous system settle immediately. Your body starts to feel safe before you even try. In the first days, our focus is physical and nervous system relief, because when you're anxious, burnt out, depressed, or overwhelmed, what you want most is to feel calm in your body again. And well before you arrive, you know you are in good hands. Clients often arrive feeling wired, exhausted, tight, inflamed, unable to sleep, unable to relax, unable to switch off. So we start by helping your body remember what harmony feels like. You're supported with gentle movement, restorative fitness, walking in nature, breath-led yoga therapy, deep relaxation sessions, and structured daily routines that reintroduce rhythm without pressure. You eat real food that stabilizes blood sugar, supports gut health, and reduces inflammation. Many clients don't realize how much their anxiety or low mood is being driven by what's happening in their gut, hormones, and nervous system until this begins to shift. Physically, we get to the bottom of where your body and nervous system are at immediately and work fast to rectify balance naturally. You experience hands-on body work, acupuncture, and natural health therapies that help release stress held in muscles and tissues, allowing your body to soften instead of staying in fight or flight. Sleep begins to return. Energy stabilizes. Your body starts to feel like it's working with you again, not against you. This physical regulation is not a bonus, it's the foundation. Because when your body feels calmer, your emotions become easier to access and work with. Emotionally, most of our clients arrive carrying years of holding everything in, strong feelings that were never given space, grief that was postponed, anger that was swallowed, fear that was never named, beliefs that don't serve them, thoughts that overwhelm them constantly. At Alive, you are not asked to relive your trauma over and over. Instead, you are gently guided to build a different relationship with your thoughts and emotions through daily supportive coaching, guided reflection, safe emotional processing, deep meditation, breath work, healing, and deeply held one-to-one sessions. Clients learn how to feel without being overwhelmed, how to soften instead of brace, and how to meet themselves with kindness rather than criticism. Many clients tell us that for the first time, they feel emotionally supported without being analysed, judged, or fixed. They feel lighter, they feel clearer, they feel emotionally free in ways they didn't know were possible. Mentally, this is where everything starts to change. Most people with anxiety or low mood are not broken thinkers. They are exhausted thinkers. Their minds have been stuck in loops of worry, self-doubt, overanalysis, or hopelessness for too long. At Alive, mental well-being is supported through practical, empowering tools. You're guided through mindfulness practices that are grounded and experiential, not abstract. You learn how to calm the mind, interrupt spirals, and build mental resilience that actually translates into daily life. You perceive your thoughts, your life, yourself, others, your past and your future differently. Through therapeutic conversations, perspective-shifting tools, and structured mental frameworks, clients begin to regain confidence in their thinking again. They stop feeling at the mercy of their thoughts. They start trusting themselves. They experience clarity instead of constant noise. And this happens while you are being supported by an entire team. One of the biggest differences at Alive is that you are never doing this alone. During your retreat, there are more than 15 professionals supporting your journey. Facilitators, coaches, therapists, support hosts, wellness practitioners, and program leaders all working together, communicating with each other, and holding you consistently. You are not passed around. You are not left alone with open wounds. You are held, guided, and supported every step of the way. And it's not all hard work. It is empowering, inspiring, and the results are felt daily. There is space for joy, beauty, and life. You walk through lush landscapes, you sit by water, you swim, you rest, you laugh again. You reconnect with pleasure, creativity, and presence. Nature plays a huge role in mental healing here. Being in nature regulates the nervous system in ways no room, app, or screen ever could. Clients often say that simply being in this environment helps them feel like themselves again. As the retreat progresses, something important begins to happen. You start to feel stronger, calmer, more like you. Inspiration returns, and that's when we shift focus to direction. Many clients arrive feeling lost. They know they can't go back to who they were, but they don't know what comes next. At Alive, we help you define the next island through powerful workshops, one-to-one coaching, and guided integration sessions. You begin to reconnect with your values, your purpose, and the life you want to create moving forward. This is not about pressure or big decisions. It's about clarity. Clients leave knowing how to support themselves, how to maintain balance, how to respond to stress differently, and how to move forward with confidence. They don't just feel better, they live differently. And importantly, support doesn't end when you leave. Alive is not a one-off experience. We exist to ensure your life is transformed. We focus on integration, aftercare, and continuity so the changes you experience here carry into your real life. And now I want to paint the picture of where all of this actually happens. Because healing does not happen in sterile rooms or fluorescent lighting or places that feel clinical, rushed, or disconnected from life. At Alive, you are held in luxury that feels human, spacious, and deeply calming. You wake in a private villa or suite designed for rest. Large, open, quiet. Your own pool if you wish. Your own space. Surrounded by rainforest, mountains, or open sky, depending on the location. You hear nature before you hear noise. Birds instead of traffic, wind instead of alarms. Your nervous system starts calming before your day even begins. You walk gentle paths across hectares of land. You explore beautiful beaches. Not corridors, not crowded spaces. Real nature. Space to breathe. Space to walk. Space to think. Space to feel without being watched or rushed. Between sessions, you float in infinity pools looking out over jungle or ocean. You lie on daybeds with nothing expected of you. You eat beautifully prepared food that nourishes your body and tastes incredible. Food that supports healing without feeling restrictive or punishing. Food that reminds you how good it feels to be cared for. If you need something, support is always there. And woven through all of this are experiences that remind you that healing can be joyful. Sunrise yoga with views that stop you mid-breath. Gentle adventures into nature that reconnect you to your body and the world. Waterfalls, oceans, stillness, laughter. Moments where you realize you feel lighter without trying. This is not a place where you are pushed or fixed. It is a place where your system finally feels safe enough to reset. Luxury here is not about indulgence. It is about being held so well that your body and mind can finally let go. And when healing is supported by this level of space, beauty, care, and presence, it happens faster. It happens deeper. And it stays with you long after you leave. If you're watching this and something inside you is saying, "This is what I've been looking for," we invite you to take the next step. Speak with someone who understands what you're going through. Speak with someone who has walked this path with thousands of clients before you. You can visit our website, start a live chat, ask questions, or book a confidential call with a wellness and mental health coach who will help you design the right program for you. You don't need to do this alone. You don't need to do this forever, and you don't need to keep treading water. We would be honored to support you through this next chapter.